So, what the fuck was that? I know, that's what you're asking. I understand, Packers fans, and I'm here for you. I'm here for some instant therapy, talk it out, get it out of your system, because Lord knows I could use somebody to talk to right now. And there's a lot of you out there that I know are feeling the exact same way. So let's get it out. Let's let it out. Let's get it done and buried. We can move on. Turn the page, get to the next chapter. Because Lord knows that's what needs to happen here. Daniel, starting with us. Thank you for the super chat. A lot of season left. Whole lot of season left. I'm with Matt LaFleur, who said, we're going to find out what we're all about. Yeah, we most certainly are. We're going to find out not only who this team is and what they're all about, but the fan base as well. Got a lot of people jumping ship already. I see you all out there. I know who you are. It's all good. Joan nails it. The entire team looked like fucking shit. Do you want me to disagree? Because I can't. They didn't show up. They didn't even get off the bus. They thought they could just show up. They thought they would walk out onto that field and roll. And obviously, that didn't happen. Kyle, thanks for the super chat. Is Lattimore better than Devontae? No. No, sir. 12 doesn't seem to care anymore. Now, I don't think that's the case at all. I know he doesn't get riled up, and I know his post-game presser would seem to be almost lackadaisical, somebody who is not affected by the outcome, etc. But he understands it is a very long season, and he knows it is one game. Now, if this continues and becomes a pattern throughout the season, then we might be able to start talking about that. But it is just one game. That is the correct stance. Preston, thanks for the super chat. Hey, Nags, that game plan seemed vanilla as fuck. It's almost as if it was a preseason game. No motion, no creativity, just made everything one-on-one. Couldn't agree more. The offensive game plan absolutely boggled my mind. On defense, it's like I wasn't sure what to expect, and man, there was a lot of soft coverage, a lot of playing off, but I almost expected that. I almost thought, defense is going to have to find its way. That was always going to be the case with a new defensive coordinator and a new scheme. But holy cow, boy, howdy. This offense with this quarterback looking that putrid and vanilla, to use your word, that was mystifying. Where was all the jet motion? Where was all the stuff they used to run with Tyler Ervin that I thought Amari Rodgers was brought on board to do, and or maybe even Randall Cobb? I mean, thank God they traded for Randall Cobb so he could catch one pass from Jordan Love in garbage time. Great GMing there, 12. I'm not saying, I'm just saying, right? The linchpin for Aaron Rodgers' return was Randall Cobb, and then he was a total afterthought. What? I don't know. Yeah, they were too confident for sure, Krista. They most certainly were. The new punter was good. Yeah, he was. He was all right. Kyle, thanks for the super chat. It seems like LaFleur-led teams have these weird one-off losses where they don't show up. Thoughts on the cause? Great question, Kyle. And it's weird, too, because Matt is the one who preaches how the league will humble you quick and you can't take anything for granted and you can only take it one game at a time. I mean, he preaches it. He drums it into guys' heads. Hell, he jokes about it with the media all the time, how, it's cliched and he knows that we're going to make fun of him for it, but he does it. So he's preaching that to his players. Now, maybe is that getting stale? Is that a staid message? Perhaps he needs to switch it up. Maybe. But I don't know. But it's weird because, I can't just say that's only LaFleur. That used to happen with Mike too. I always used to joke when I was doing my season previews, my season predictions. I would always say the Packers would be X record, like 12-4, but I'd probably knock them down to 11-5 because there was always going to be a game where they just didn't show up because of McCarthy or McCarthy screwed something up. There was always one game a year where that happened. And to your point, it does seem like there is at least one game a season where For whatever reason, they are not motivated. They're completely overmatched. They don't show up, and they certainly didn't show up today. So maybe they got it out of their system early? I don't know. I'm with Aaron in his post-game presser when he said it reminded of the Chargers game a couple years ago where they just could never get anything going on offense, couldn't really slow them down on defense, and the game just got away from them. But it got away from them in a much uglier fashion today, I think, than it did a couple years ago against the Chargers. Justin, thanks for the super chat. They needed this ass kicking. They needed something. We'll find out. As Matt said, we'll see what they're made of. Andrew, thank you for the super chat. I've had a lot of beers. I've screamed a lot of fucking to my TV, but 16 games left, a lot of ball game left. But figure it out, Matt. Andrew, salute to the lot of beers part. But correct, yes, they need to figure it out quickly. It's my birthday today, and they were supposed to win for me, Sandy. I'm so sorry. Let me, on behalf of the Green Bay Packers organization, since they would never, let me apologize for what they dared to put on the field on your birthday. I apologize unreservedly. RC, thanks for the super chat. Worst part, we win next week. I'm still concerned. I mean, if that's how you want to live your life, it's cool. But you can only play the team in front of you. Enjoy the wins, people. Today, if anything, should drive home how precious each win is. I understand the idea of, oh, it's just the Lions. The Lions could beat them. 100% could beat them. Do not take it lightly. Enjoy every victory. Do not concern yourself with, oh, what's going to happen in the playoffs. They got to make the playoffs. You know how you make the playoffs? Winning football games. They got to start next week. Does LaFleur start rethinking his use of starters in the preseason? Brett, I doubt it, but we'll see. That's a long way away, though. I mean, he didn't play any of his starters the last two seasons, and they went to the NFC Championship game both years. You know, now some of it might be because he's got a veteran quarterback who's played a ton of snaps and doesn't really see the need to play him more many of the starters in preseason. But we'll see. Maybe the switch to Jordan Love will predicate a changing of the guard in that thinking, so to speak. But as long as Aaron's in town, I doubt that changes. Overshadow, thanks to the super chat. It looked like the 18 team. It kind of did, right? Didn't really care. Happy to be there. Give me the check. Be on my way. Yeah. Today was a very Mike McCarthy-esque at the end of his tenure kind of game. Sorry. Kyle, thanks for the super chat. You calling LaFleur ugly felt wrong. Well, because he's a very attractive man. So it does feel wrong to say he's ugly because he, as a person and as a human, is not. But holy Toledo. His game plan today, his team, the preparation or lack thereof was fucking ugly. I can only call it as I see it. Dan, thanks for the super chat. This loss reminded me so much of the week one beatdown to Seattle in 2014 when Rodgers McCarthy didn't throw to one side of the field the whole game. Remember that? Oh my God. I had not thought of that in so long, but yeah, when they wouldn't even dare even look at Richard Sherman. God, wow, blast from the past. But yeah, they lost that game, and then they came back and struggled initially against the Jets in 1 week 2, and then on they went, and then 2014 NFC Championship game. We're going to talk about that. But yes, I hear you. Sean, thanks for the super chat. LaFleur should have learned these lessons by now. Run the goddamn ball. Joe Barry is a continuation rather than a revolution. 12 was disappointing. Sean, can't disagree with anything you said there. I would quibble with the first part, though, in the sense of I'm sure Matt's learned it, but he's got a particular quarterback. These game plans aren't put together by happenstance. They're not put together despite the QB or in service of the quarterback. They are put together with the quarterback's input, who, is so enamored and happy with his communication and relationship with Matt LaFleur, Nate Hackett, Luke Getsy. You know why? Because they allow game plans like this to get put together. Yeah, please, let's run a ton of empty. Let's throw it around the yard, even if it's not being effective. Let's keep doing it and not run the ball ever, even when A.J. Dillon's seemingly feeling it. Why would we run the ball? We've got Aaron Rodgers. I hear you, Sean. I hear you. Not many games when LaFleur gets completely outcoached, but Sean Payton pantsed him today. Jesse, could not agree more. 100%. He pantsed LaFleur and Joe Barry in that order. Pedrodini said all that wrong, I'm sure. Thank you for the super sticker. Very, very nice of you. What else we got? Don't want to miss any super chats. Dave, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you, Nags. Appreciate the pack. Losses come and go. Team will rebound. I like your attitude, buddy. Dave, that's what I'm talking about right there. Smallsish, thanks for the super chat. With all the BS through the offseason, for Rodgers to come out and play like that was really frustrating. Yes. Yes, it was. 100%. Look, I get it, man. I get everything that transpired this entire offseason, and I understand Aaron Rodgers' stance. I understand why the Packers did what they did. Then Aaron came back, and it was like, oh, we're fine. Game on. We're going to march to a Super Bowl. I'm in. I'm all about it. But goddamn, you cannot just show up. You cannot come out with that game plan against a team, by the way, both LaFleur and Rodgers. I asked the last two availabilities with them about Dennis Allen, about his ability, about how much trouble he gave them last year, despite the fact that they put up 30-plus points. Got to be ready. Guy knows what he's doing. And they come out with that game plan? It blows my mind, especially against a team that was missing almost all of its interior defensive talent, especially along the front. And you come out trying to do, I don't know, God what. Run the ball. Run the fucking ball. Did you completely forget the NFC Championship game? I feel you, man. I feel you. Andrew, thank you for the super chat. The quote, fans saying Rodgers is tanking, please jump ship and drown. All right, Andrew. I 100% agree with you. If you are a quote-unquote Green Bay Packers fan saying that Aaron Rodgers came out in any way, shape, or form today and did this horrible performance on purpose, go outside and touch some grass. Seek help. At least the Brew Crew is rolling. Rods, yes, exactly. Brew Crew, they're in on the 3 parade plan, but the Packers got to get on board. Jamie, thanks for the super chat. How did Elton look at left tackle? I thought he held up well. I hate to sound like a coach, but I do have to go back and look at the tape. I'll watch the game again tonight because I'm a masochist, but at first blush, I thought he held up okay. I thought he looked good. Jerome, Barry sucks. I mean, can't say much else after today. I'm not going to put that blanket statement out there yet, but Matt hired his guy. Now here's his guy, and his guy wasn't much better than the last guy. In fact, he looked a hell of a lot worse. I can only go by the evidence in front of me. That's it. Tyler, thanks for the super chat sticker. Thank you. Cameron, thanks for the super chat. Maybe it's a Wisconsin thing. The Bucs would sometimes have games where they look like they didn't have all three all-stars on the team. It's true. I mean, look at the Bucs series, going down 2 games to the Suns, going 2 games to the Nets. I mean, they had games where they look like they were sleepwalking. And then all of a sudden, Giannis is out, and they look amazing without him. And then Giannis comes back, and now they fall off. And man, sometimes you just don't show up. And the Packers did not show up today. They certainly didn't get off the bus. There's no question about that. The Bears still suck. I mean, that's all we need, right? What was the final score? Do you really want to know? It was 38-3. 38-3. Terrible. The O-line didn't look bad. Kyle, I agree. I thought they got taken advantage of a handful of times. There were certainly moments where they struggled. But for the most part, and Aaron said this in his presser, I thought they held up pretty damn well. I thought protection was good for the most part. pretty much throughout the evening, with the afternoon. Yeah, I'm with you. I thought they looked okay. I certainly wouldn't put this loss on them. It'd been nice if a few more run calls had been, sprinkled in and allowed them to fire off the ball. Especially young guys, first game. Get them lathered up, get them firing and hitting people. But no, I guess not. Apparently not. Jesse, thanks for the super chat. NFC North will be 0-4, no worse for wear in the division. Bought a new Aaron Rodgers jersey for $150 today. Good or bad move? I would have advised against it, but that's just me. That's just, hey, man, you do you. You do you. What is even more frustrating was people blaming Rodgers' problem on the organization because he wants to leave, and this affirms Rodgers' issues with the front office. Ismail, there's so much going on in that comment, but wow. Yeah, no, you can safely ignore all those people. Overshadow, thanks for the super chat. Barry schemed Gary out of the game. Yes and no. I mean, Gary had an almost sack, and then he got one where he got taken advantage of. For the most part, though, this is what I was saying on the radio a little while ago. It's hard to put much on the front when Sean Payton clearly had a game plan where, especially early on, he's just paper cutting the Packers to death. If you're playing your secondary and your backers 5, 8, 12 yards off every single fucking snap, you saw there was one instance where they tried to take a shot on first down. That was the one time where it was like, oh, the coverage held up. Oh, amazing. Yeah, because you were playing everybody so far off. Try to take a shot. It's not there. Throw it away, whatever. But other than that instance, it was like, okay, you're going to play. But they kept playing off. It's like, okay, I'll just take the 3 yards here, the 4 yards there. I'll sprinkle in some runs, stay ahead of the sticks. All first half, that's all they did. It weren't huge plays. It wasn't a bombs away attack. It wasn't push the ball downfield. It was, all right, take that, take that, take that, take that. Oh, look, we're in the red zone. Oh, touchdown. Why wouldn't you? That's what drove me insane. Down after down. You're playing 10 yards, 12 yards off. So it's hard to put much on Gary or Z or Kenny or any of the guys up front. Because, you're firing off the ball, and then 2.5 seconds later, the quarterback's throwing the ball. Well, yeah, of course you're not going to have much going on. It's hard to expect much production that way. Timbo Slice, thanks for the super chat. Can't wait to see how this team responds. Will say a lot. I very much agree. Yes. We actually paid Kevin King $6 million. What? Say what? I hear you, man. I hear you. Tyler, thanks for the super chat. Did Campbell do anything today? And when does Stokes start over King? Stokes, I thought, acquitted himself well in limited action. We'll see how long it takes. I think it's an eventuality. Did Campbell do anything? Yeah, I thought I actually thought he played pretty well when given the opportunity. I thought he held up pretty darn well against the run. He made some nice stops, did some great stuff against the run and or turning against the pass, his hips, taking guys upfield. Yeah, I thought he was okay. They kept playing him over Barnes, and they would put Barnes in there for stretches. So I don't know exactly what was going on there, but yeah, no, I didn't think Campbell played terribly, given what he was asked to do. Nags told me King was a good NFL corner. Nags is a decent, King is a decent NFL corner. I don't know about good, but he's decent. He's better than most of you give him credit for. He gave up 2 completions today. One of them I know everyone's going for the touchdown, like, oh, that's on Kevin King. Can we wait and see the coverage on the tape, please? Because it looked like that was a zone coverage and the safety blew it. But I know everyone's like, oh, it's King's fault. Like, whatever. But hey, you get off your rocks. It's all good. Whatever you need to do. Dane, thanks for the super chat. Kevin King looks like he's playing a quicksand. What's your gut feeling about next week at home versus Detroit, who actually showed heart in defeat? Dane, the punter. That's it. As far as people who actually played with purpose and seem to want to be out there, nobody. I can't think of a single human who was wearing a Green Bay Packers uniform today that looked like they wanted it. And that's subjective. I get it. But hell, I'm the one on camera with a microphone, and that's what I saw. Not a damn soul. That's who I saw out there that actually, quote, wanted it. So, yes, I agree. Next week will tell us a lot. My gut feeling, they'll play better. How much better? I don't know. Kevin King looks like he's playing his quicksand. A lot of the time, yeah. Can we please break down Sullivan? People hate on King so much but fail to realize it is Sullivan. It being what, though? I mean, does he get beat on occasion? Sure. Does he come to play at times? Yes. I mean, the only time you notice him is when he gets beat, but you don't notice the times when he does his job and no one throws at him because he's in coverage in a good position, etc., which is what the tape tells you afterwards. But you saw today, he gave up that play for a touchdown. And you're like, oh, but you also saw him going, wait, it's supposed to be your guy. Okay, I'll get him. So who knows what the combo coverage is, if the safety's supposed to rotate and they didn't, etc. That's why it's hard for me to say much of anything until I go and look at the tape and say, okay, this is clearly like, say, a cover 3 rotation and the safety was supposed to come over and he didn't, or it's supposed to drop down and he didn't, etc. You know, it's like, I get it, man. I get it. But I just caution against too much of that immediately after the game. Dennis, thanks for the super chat. That roughing the passer was a joke. Dennis, no. You're being far too kind with labeling it a joke. That was not a joke. That was a fucking travesty, is what that call was. It was absolute garbage. That's what that call was. And I'll just leave it there. Jeremy says, still love our Green Bay Packers. Go, Pack, go. See? That's a perfect place to leave it. Because you know what? So do I. Still love the green and gold. Still love the Packers. That's what it's all about. I'll catch a few more super chats before I get going. Matt, thanks for the super chat. Can you explain Z's penalty to me like I'm a 5-year-old? Yes, a 5-year-old is clearly the person who made the call. That's all I got for you. I have no idea. Jamie, thanks for the super chat. At least Kamara didn't go off like last time. It's like they were so scared of Kamara going off that everyone else beat them. But yes, at least, right? Matt, thanks for the super chat. Nags, where the fuck is the juice? I saw none of it today. Great question. Absolutely 100% something I plan on asking Matt LaFleur tomorrow. Thanks, everybody. Thanks so much for hanging out, talking Packers, even when they lay a total egg and are a total joke. And I know it probably ruins your week because I know it's going to ruin mine. But we'll bounce back. Packers will be back at it on Monday night against the Lions. But before that, do not miss the debut of Carry the G with AJ Dillon tomorrow night on the YouTube channel. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'll be here. Corey will be in Green Bay. AJ will be in Green Bay. We'll have a panel of Cheesehead TV regulars, including Maggie Loney, Paul Brettel, and Justice Mosqueda, all joining us. It's going to be a lot of fun, as well as Tyler Herrick, Cheesehead TV's own social guru. A lot of fun. Thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out, talking Packers tonight. God knows I needed it. Hey, it's one game. A lot of season left, a lot of ball game left. Please do me a monster favor. Hit like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and then tell your friends and tell your family. Cheesehead TV, we're devoted to Green Bay Packers fans worldwide.